Alright, we're going to start on something as we begin working this unit on solving equations, but I want to go back and do some review. I want to do some review on the distributive property. Distributive property, I know you've spent a lot of time on that in middle school, and you're probably fairly proficient in it, so this will be quick and we'll work right through it. So let's start with 4 times the quantity, 2x minus 9. And if you'll recall, we're going to distribute, hand out, with multiplication, however you were taught that you think of it that way, to each term, this number on the outside to each term on the inside using multiplication. So we're going to say 4 times 2x. We're going to keep our operation, the subtraction, and we're going to then go with 4 times 9. So now we need to simplify. And simplify means that we're going to use every operation that we can do until we can do no more of them. And so we know that we can do 4 times 2, and we'll get a result of 8x, and 4 times 9 gives us a product of 36. And so there we go. We can go no farther. There's nothing else we can do. We've done that piece. Now if we add a negative number to the outside, and our quantity is 4x plus 7, I want you to do something for me, that every time you distribute this negative number, or you move a negative number in for substitution or whatever, you're going to go ahead and put that in parentheses. And so here we're going to do it this way. We're going to say negative 2 times 4x. Alright, then we're going to distribute to the 7, keep our plus, our operation, negative 2 times 7. And so now once again we're going to simplify. Right? And so we know negative 2 times 4 gives me negative 8, because a negative times a positive is always a negative. Operation stays. Negative 2 times 7. And look what I did there. Keep that in parentheses rather than just write plus negative 40. Put that in parentheses so that it keeps it clean and neat. And now we're going to definition of subtraction. And so I know that the definition is adding a negative, or adding the opposite is what we do. It gives us subtraction. So I'm going to rewrite that as negative 8x minus 14. And I'm done with that one. Now here's one of the things. Now don't fret, because we're going to do a fraction. And I'm using numbers on the integers on the inside and the quantity that will help us with this. There's several ways to do this and think about it, but I want to give you one way that I think will help most people to think about these things. And so we're going to distribute the 2/3, but we're going to distribute it in pieces. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to distribute the 2 times the 3. Right? And then we're going to go 2 times the 6. Keep our operation just like this. Now we're going to distribute this denominator, and it goes underneath each term. Alright? So instead of throwing it all out there at once, let's do it in pieces, and we'll piecemeal this thing. Okay, so this tells me that I'm going to multiply everything by 2, and because this is a denominator on the bottom, it means I'm going to divide each term by 3. So I'm going to multiply everything by 2, and I'm going to divide each one by 3. And if you can think of it that way, that this fraction is just telling you what operations you use, the bottom is a division, the top is multiplication, that may be helpful. So now I simplify. 2 times 3 is 6b over 3. 2 times 6 is 12 over 3. And now I can reduce. 6 divided by 3 12 divided by 3, and we're done with that. Let's try one more. And so let me just divide this in half and do it on this side as a fraction, so they're kind of mirroring each other here. All right, let's go. I'm going to choose 4 negative 4/5 times, let's go with x, and we're going to go minus, all right, minus 5. Just keep it simple. So again, now like I said over here, I'm going to distribute to everything, but I'm going to distribute multiplication with the 2. So I'll distribute this. Now the negative number you're going to keep with the 4, your numerator. So I'm going to go negative 4 times x. I'm going to keep my operation, and I'm going to go, remember we said negative 4 times 5. Now this tells me I'm going to divide. We'll go ahead and draw the arrows, okay? So now I'm going to divide and divide, right? And now the negative went with the 4. So to reduce this one, this can't be reduced any. So that just stays the same, and that's okay. So I've got a negative 4/5 x minus negative 20. Remember, we're going to put that in parentheses, divided by 5. Keep going, stays the same. Minus, and negative 20 divided by 5 is a negative 4. And we have one more step, right? So subtraction is adding the opposite. So this becomes, we know when we subtract a negative number, that becomes plus. Okay, so minus negative 4 is plus 4. And you've got it.